In this video, I'm going to be showing you 6 examples of Amazon listings that have top of the line listing images. These are selling the product, reducing returns, increasing average order value, and a lot more. These don't just look pretty, they are working at a strategic level to increase sales and profitability. My name is Manoli Petropoulos. I am the creative director of Your AMZ, and we've helped over 50 multi-million-dollar brands create listing pages just like this. Our first example is a listing by Sendbars. This is actually a listing page that my team strategized and designed. And off the jump, you can see we have consistent branding. So one thing we did was we looked at their product packaging, which had this, this light green and this slightly darker green, and we wove that pattern into all of the images. So you can see that pattern here and in pretty much every single image. So we have at a high level, a brand visual consistency, which is great. But what else are we doing? We're calling out the nutrition facts in the first image, which is best practice if you have a nutrition facts label or supplement facts label. We are leaning into the benefit claims customers want to hear, which also happen to be the points of differentiation for this brand, which is made with only real and organic ingredients. We're actually visualizing those ingredients, sweetened by fruits with no BS, so no sugar alcohols, no sweeteners, no natural flavors. Very simple, easy to digest, scan, and understand as a customer. And then we're also giving the customer a reason to believe in Sendbars. Why should you believe in Sendbars at all? Well, the founder is a world champion rock climber. They're delicious, and also they have a media mention. So don't just believe us. Forbes has rated us the most healthy protein bar. And so in just a few images, we're communicating at an emotional level by showing how beautiful these images can be. And then we're also communicating logically. So this is exactly why you should buy it. Real and organic ingredients, no BS, no sugar, handful of greens, and backed by a founder and also media mentions. Our second example is The Good Stuff by 4Wellness. This is a coffee supplement. And looking at their first supporting image, once again, they have the supplement facts. But what's cool is they're adding context to the supplement facts and the ingredients. Preservative-free, all-natural, GMO-free, gluten-free, dairy-free, and beyond. So it's not just the supplement facts. They're actually selling the product with some of these icons and call-outs that they can have, which is great. Looking at their second and third supporting images, they're really leaning into the benefits the customer is going to get, which is awesome. So your coffee upgraded, no crashes, no jitters, great taste, expert and athlete approved. That's a reason to believe. And clinically studied, that's another reason to believe. So it's science-backed. Once we look at this image, this is the more of the tangible benefits that customers will get. Enhanced focus, sustained energy, reduced cravings, joints and mobility, healthy hair, skin, and nails, and beyond. And so we're just going to dedicate an entire image to the benefits that customers are going to get. Looking at the following image, it's science-backed nutrition. So they already called out clinically studied, and now they're calling out science-backed nutrition. They are showing the 5-in-1 formula, collagen, L-theanine, MCT, Himalayan sea salt, and cinnamon. They're actually visualizing, having a visual reference to these ingredients, and they're not just saying these are healthy, they're calling out science-backed, and they're calling out clinically studied. What's awesome about the fifth supporting image here is that they are strategically positioning the image to increase repeat order rate and drive subscribers. So they're actually using a screenshot from Amazon showing that you can make this delivery for every 1 month and you can set up your subscription right in Amazon. This image is great because it's setting expectations and potentially even reducing returns by doing so. These are the effects and benefits you can expect in your first 30 days. And after 3 months of using the product, these are even more, maybe deeper benefits that you can experience. And this is not only going to set the correct expectations and reduce returns and customer feedback, but it's also going to increase retention. Someone gets a 1 month supply. They're now going to be bought into the fact that they should buy, for month 2, month 3, and build a habit around this product. And then finally, the last image is giving customers a reason to believe in the product. So this is a product created by a professional athlete and his performance coach, and it's been trusted by 7 media mentions from logos that are recognizable. Overall, fantastic example here by For Wellness. This example is not an actual Amazon listing. I just came across this on LinkedIn, and this is an AI generated listing, but there is so much going well with it. I wanted to mention it and show why it's such a great example of Amazon listing images. So at a glance, you can see the branding and visual style is consistent across all images, and it's very professional. For a consumable product, you want to make it look really good. And that's what they're doing in the first image. They're making Coca Cola look very refreshing. Additionally, what else is this product doing really well? They are setting delivery expectations. So a potential objection customers might have is, well, I'm ordering a 12 pack of cans, through e-commerce with shipping. Isn't this going to arrive, potentially damaged or broken or shaken up? And this particular image here, shipped with care, arrives safe and ready to enjoy. Durable shipping box. It's showing the bubble wrap. It's showing, the sealed protection. Whether this is true or not, if it is, not every brand has actually shot this image, but it's very important that you do so. So understanding your customers' objections or hesitations, and then calling out, creating specific images to address that is going to be key. And then finally, we talked about this in the previous example with For Wellness, but this last image here is giving customers a reason to believe from a established history at the company level. So, it's been around since 1886. It's the original. It's the American classic. Over 130 years of magic, and even showing these old photos of classic Coca Cola pictures. We've been around for over 100 years. We're the original, and you can trust us. So I thought this was a really cool example of what you can do. And also, this is the winter, featured winter Santa Claus Coca Cola can. And as you can see, we have a fireplace here. We've got gift wrap here in the background. We have snow, Christmas trees. And so, with AI, this is becoming more and more possible to actually have maybe even seasonal specific listing images. And, if you can get to that level, it's going to really help. So I thought this was a really cool example. On to the next one. This example is the Popsmith popcorn popper. And as you can see, this is a trend with all of the examples that we've shown is at a glance, you can really feel the brand identity come through in a premium way from the colors, the visuals, the fonts, and the styling. And this is just another great example of that. But what else are they doing? They are touching on their brand level trust. So as seen in Oprah's Favorite Things 2024, this isn't just some dropship product from China. We are a legit company with legit credibility and loved by tastemakers. We have all these media mentions here that are recognizable, differentiating this brand from everyone else. We're also telling the customer that it's very easy to use. So it's dishwasher safe and designed for every single stovetop, whether it's induction or gas or electric. This works for you. Again, that's addressing an objection. Almost all customers will think, is the price worth it? And they'll also think, will this work for me? Every customer thinks their situation is very unique and different. I have carpeting versus hardwood floors. I have brick walls versus drywall. I have an induction stove versus a gas stove. I don't think this is going to work for me. Make sure you call that out and let them know that the price is worth it and tell them why. You're credible. You have all these extra features, whatever. And also, it works for you. I love this listing by Popsmith. I think they did a really good job designing these and strategizing these. Our second to last example here is by LockStar, and I won't go too deep into this example, but once again, at a glance, you have that brand identity coming through. The number one objection customers are going to have is, will this fit my door? And as you can see here, they have dedicated an entire image to communicating to customers that, how big it is and if it will fit. They are communicating a lot of different features for what is a pretty complicated tech product. So, you can use a code, you can use a fingerprint, a fob, a key, and an app to unlock, and a lot more. Additionally, convenience for busy lives. They know their customer, and they know that their customer is going to want convenience. So they've dedicated an entire image to that. Another great example by LockStar. Our last example is by Tide, and this is by far the best example when it comes to optimizing for mobile. So they have a vertical main image, which is going to take up more space in mobile search. And then also, whether you're on a phone or you're on your computer watching this video right now, you'll be able to see that these images are very visible, even if they're very small on your screen. And so they're calling out pretty much everything customers want to know as well. So this is very powerful. They're showing how it works, how effectively it works. So this is somewhat of a before and after visual. They are communicating that it works even in extreme situations. So it could be coffee, grease, or makeup. This will work for you. And so it makes even smaller situations a lot more believable. It fits into small bags. So this is very convenient. You can take it on the go when you need it. And it's easy to use, and you can do this very fast. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you got value, please give the video a like. And if you have any questions or you'd like to see more videos like this, just leave a comment below. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.